Hey, I want to tell you a little story about Nanna, my little Nanna. We call her little Nanna because growing up I had 3 Nannas. We just called them all Nanna. And so we had to distinguish them somehow to know which one we're talking about. I had Nanna Young, which was my dad's mother, Big Nanna, which was little Nanna's mother, and we had little Nanna. Hey, hey Nanna! Hey. And so now that Big Nanna has passed away 20-something years ago, little Nanna's always remained little Nanna. Little Nanna had a couple of sons very close to my age. In fact, one of my uncles, Kevin, is only 10 months older than me. And so I would imagine when my mum got married when she was 19, Kevin was born during that year. So that would have been kind of odd for my mother just getting married and having baby brothers. And so I grew up with my uncles more like brothers. We loved going around, and every Christmas we'd go around and hang out with Roy and Kevin, and they're on the motorcycles and they take us to the movies and stuff, and it was great.
Talk about a couple of little memories. So one of those for me is when you used to bring over so many presents at Christmas time. We would there'd be presents underneath the tree, and then it'd have presents, but as soon as you got there, the present would just double. And it doesn't matter how many years in a row that it happened, we were all kind of amazed about that. The other thing about, for me, Christmas time is, I remember one year you gave me some weights because you said I was too skinny, and you told me that you wanted me to use those weights, and next year you wanted me to be, I think it was 10 kilos heavier or something like that. So you're always thinking about the sorts of things that you wanted to, see us have and become. So yeah, always thoughtful things like that.
My parents never gave us dessert. Yeah. But when we went to little Nanna's house, we would have ice cream and jelly and peaches all the time. It was great. And we'd have cereal like cornflakes. I mean, I guess a lot of people thought, cornflakes, that's a big deal, but the only thing we had was bran and wheat bix or whole grain wheat porridge. And so to have cornflakes was awesome.
One of the other memories I have is coming over for dinner quite frequently and having those silverside roasts. And even now, when we have a silverside roast, I always think about you, and I always try to get it exactly the way that you always had it, because that's brings me back to my childhood.
We moved away to the country when I was about 7 years old, and she would come up to visit us about, it was miles in those days, 500 miles away. She'd come to visit us. We loved it. She'd bring all these goodies with her, and for our birthdays every year we'd get $10, and that was like a lot of money. That was a whole year's income. After some time, I can't remember how old it was, but little Nanna and Pop got divorced. I remember Pop had some issues and things, but after they got divorced, they became like best friends. They would call each other love and dear and talk on the phone for ages and go out. And I saw this life in little Nanna that I never saw before, and they had a better relationship after they were divorced and then when they were married. Anyway, so after Pop died, I saw this other side of little Nanna that I never saw before. She would go out to the clubs dancing 2 or 3 times a week, I think. I've only ever known her to live in this one house that she still lives in now. And one day I went to her house, and in her bedroom, shoes, more shoes than a shoe store, shoe shop. You've never seen a shoe shop with as many shoes as little Nanna has, and jewelry and skirts, and not old lady skirts, not old lady shoes, like heels and all sorts of fancy stuff. And you should see some of the get-up that she'd dress up for different themes at the club. She was like a teenager, and she would go dancing all the time. And one day she met this lovely man, Frank. He's in his 90s, and they're going out, and now they're engaged, and he treats her with a whole lot of love, and we love Frank. And there's Frank. Say hi to Frank. They still go out dancing. Little Nanna is heading into a 93 3rd birthday coming up next year. For me, that's a lesson of longevity of life, is keeping active, and she's so youthful and the people love her. My sister went with her dancing recently.
When I went out with you to the dance, and you were telling me beforehand how you have random strangers come up to you and do some lovely things. Well, that was true. Every bit happened. You know, you bought glasses of wine, and everyone came up and said how much they love you.
I love her so much. Molly, you are absolutely exquisite. I cannot believe your age. I really cannot believe it. It is unbelievable. To stay like that, but I can't say I hope you get to 100, because that's nothing. I hope you get to 120, because you give us hope. Couples like that give us hope.
Beautiful.
Just exquisite. She's just... Thank you.
I see the nice and beautiful couple. I love it. I love the way they're dancing. I love the way they love each other. They cuddle each other. They care about each other. I love it. This is amazing. I love it. Really, really, they make my night tonight.
Before Nanna became a celebrity at the clubs, she was famous for her garden. She actually won awards for her beautiful garden in Fairfield City Council, and was in the newspaper to show for it and all, and for many, many years.
We love little Nanna. Everyone calls her Olive. I didn't understand that as a kid. Why are the people calling her Olive when her name's Nanna?
Merry Christmas, little Nanna. We love you.
I hope you have a great Christmas. Love you heaps.
Hey little Nanna. Merry Christmas. I love you so much.
Merry Christmas, little Nan. Love you. Hope you have a great year and a great New Year's. Have a wonderful time. Have a wonderful Christmas. Love you very much.
Hey little Nanna, happy Christmas. I love you lots.
Hey Nanna, Merry Christmas. As you can see, I've been eating all my crusts and my hair still isn't curly, so thank you for all the good wisdom that you gave me as a little kid.
Merry Christmas, Nanna, and thanks for coming over our place, and I hope you enjoyed it and ate too much food.
Happy Christmas, little Nanna. I love you.
Hi, sorry I can't be there in person, but I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas from me in Arizona. I'm pretty sure there's cactus somewhere. I don't know, but I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. I love you heaps and I miss you. Bye!
Merry Christmas, Nanna! Mwah! Love you!
Hey little Nanna, happy Christmas!
Merry Christmas! We love you!
We love you, Nanna!
Merry Christmas, Nanna. I hope that you had a wonderful day today and love you so much. Mwah.
Merry Christmas and love ya!
Merry Christmas, Nanna! We hope you're having a great day. We love you very much. And a Merry Christmas. Bye! We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!